I'm Xochitl Mora with the City of McAllen. Welcome to your McAllen Minutes. If you missed the McAllen City Commission meeting of January 25th, don't worry. Here's a brief recap of what was discussed. McAllen Mayor Jim Darling called the meeting to order, and after the Pledge of Allegiance, District 1 Commissioner Javier Villalobos gave the invocation. Under the consent agenda, Commissioners approved a grant submission to the Texas Department of Transportation through the Selective Traffic Enforcement Program Fiscal Year 2022 Commercial Motor Vehicle Grant, which provides funding for overtime law enforcement to reduce the incidence of commercial motor vehicle crashes, injuries, and fatalities. The grant request for the McAllen Police Department is in the amount of $58,000 with a local match of $14,500. Commissioners also approved another grant submission, this time to the U.S. Department of Homeland Security Federal Emergency Management Agency under Fiscal Year 2020 Assistance to Firefighters Grant Program, which provides funding to enhance operational efficiencies to protect the public and fire emergency personnel from fire and other related hazards. The grant request for the McAllen Fire Department is in the amount of $246,361.20, with a local match of $24,636.12. If approved, the grant will pay for the purchase of 42 mobile and portable radios and 47 SCBA units. Commissioners approved another grant submission to the Texas Department of Transportation through the Selective Traffic Enforcement Program Fiscal Year 2022 Comprehensive Grant, which provides funding for the McAllen Police Department to provide overtime enforcement to reduce the incidences of speeding, driving while intoxicated, failure to use occupant restraint systems, intersection traffic control, and enforcement of state and local ordinances on cellular and texting devices. The grant request is in the amount of $79,000 with a local match of $19,750. Commissioners approved to award a purchase contract to replace outdated computers throughout the City of McAllen that are 5 to 7 years old. This is to ensure that computers stay updated and compatible with various software and hardware technology changes and upgrades to ensure the computer's performance is not hindering employee workflow and production. The purchase is through Dell under the State of Texas Department of Information Resources for a total cost of $149,226.24. Commissioners also approved the Federal Transit Administration and Texas Department of Transportation certifications and assurances for Metro McAllen. The mandate includes compliance with provisions such as non-discrimination, suspension and debarment, labor standards, drug and alcohol testing, procurement, environmental standards, and audit compliance. Following these mandates allows the City of McAllen to continue receiving FTA and TxDOT grant funding for projects. Finally, Commissioners also approved the creation of a temporary long-term food permit that will last 6 months and have a fee of $100. This permit is limited to frozen, solid, pre-packaged cuts of meat and would require the applicant to provide the name, address, phone number, production date and time, grant of an inspection seal from the State of Texas, and contact information for manufacturer or distributor of the item. Under bids and contracts, Commissioners approved the lease agreement renewal with Blitz Investments Limited Liability Corporation, doing business as Subway at Metro McAllen's Downtown Transit Central Station. The new lease agreement requires that the tenant pay a sum equal to 7.75% of gross receipts or 9.75% of annual gross receipts as rent, plus a sum equal to 25% of gross vending receipts throughout the terminal. The lease agreement is for 10 years with 2 additional 5-year extensions. Under Ordinances, Commissioners approved an ordinance for substantial amendment to the FY 2019-2020 CDBG Home Action Plan for the use of CDBG Coronavirus Round 3 funds. The U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development awarded the City of McAllen $1,086,559 to address the impacts or mitigate the effects of COVID-19 for low and moderate income individuals. The funds will be distributed as $250,000 to a grant administration to McAllen Housing Authority to rehabilitate or construct a group living facility to centralize patients undergoing treatment, $170,000 to Affordable Homes of South Texas, Inc. Micro Enterprise Business Assistance Program to retain jobs held by low-income persons for businesses with 5 or fewer employees. $100,000 to Affordable Homes of South Texas, Inc. Small Business Program to retain jobs held by low-income persons. $120,000 to the McAllen Public Library Mobile Book Service Unit for the purchase of a vehicle to deliver library sources. $100,000 from McAllen Parks and Recreation Department and Amigos del Valle, Inc. for the Meals on Wheels on-site or home delivery food program. $75,000 to the City of McAllen Grant Administration Department to install air filtration systems in eligible city buildings. $40,000 to the City of McAllen Emergency Management for the purchase of dynamic message boards. $201,559 to City of McAllen Grant Administration Department for continued grant administration, and $30,000 to Affordable Homes of South Texas, Inc. for the administration of CDBG Coronas Economic Development projects. Commissioners approved an ordinance for a budget amendment for various City of McAllen departments to roll over unused funds in the amount of $2,772,469 from previously budgeted projects in 2019-2020 to 2020-2021 fiscal year budgets for engineering, parks, fire, and other capital improvement project funds. Under the manager's report, Director Mike Hernandez of McAllen Parks and Recreation gave his monthly status report on projects in the department, including completed and ongoing parks improvement projects at various City of McAllen parks, such as Airport Park, La Vista, and Cascade Park. Lighting improvements to Uvalde Ballfield and a redesign of the historic Bethel Gardens was included, as are suggested improvements for Crockett Park, including a skate park and updated landscaping were also presented. Director Edgar Garcia of the McAllen Planning and Zoning Department gave his combined November and December report, with 9 new subdivisions, including 5 residential, 1 commercial, 1 industrial, 1 single-family, and 1 substation, and 7 new recorded subdivisions, including 6 commercial and 1 residential. Yvette Barrera, City Engineer for the City of McAllen, gave an update on ongoing engineering projects, including the status of the Bicentennial Boulevard Extension Project, which is on track to be completed by August 2021. Other drainage improvement projects that were highlighted were the Kennedy Avenue roadway, Taylor Road, and Daffodil and Dove Avenues widening. The ongoing construction work of the new Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration inspection station at the Hidalgo Reynosa International Bridge should be completed, as well as a list of 7 of the 2018 bond election drainage improvement projects, while 8 other of those projects are currently under construction. The traffic signal cabinets that were part of the 2018 bond election traffic improvement project have been installed, while the vendor is currently awaiting the return of normal traffic patterns around school zones and back to work to begin the traffic signal timing study. Finally, an update on TxDOT work regarding IH2 and Bicentennial Boulevard was given from the contractor working on the I-2-I-69 interchange project. Under Mayor's report, Mayor Darling congratulated all involved in the City of McAllen, McAllen ISD, and Hidalgo County COVID-19 vaccination clinic held at the McAllen Convention Center. His concern is the lack of centralized registration process for all who are given the vaccine, and has asked the City of McAllen IT department to work on a system that all municipalities in Hidalgo County can access to ensure that everyone has the most up-to-date records on who has been vaccinated. Additionally, Mayor Darling is looking to explore a way to vaccinate the over 2,200 shut-in seniors through the Amigos del Valle food program. Under tabled items, commissioners brought back and approved adding a charter amendment for term limits for mayor and commissioners that voters will get to approve, along with other charter amendments at the regular municipal election that will be held on Saturday, May 1st, 2021. We hope you enjoyed this recap of your McAllen City Commission meeting. Meetings are set for the 2nd and 4th Monday of each month. We also air the entire meeting on the McAllen Cable Network Spectrum 1300 on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. For the City of McAllen, I'm Xochitl Mora.